she made so much money. She made so much money. Oh, that's ridiculous. She's made so much money. This is great. This is great. Go girl. This is great. Awesome.
Hi everyone, this is Mishu back again. In this video, we're gonna check it out and how people live on $650,000 in Los Angeles. Millennial money. Let's get to it.
I started off out of college making history by becoming the youngest trader at the New York Stock Exchange, as well as the second African-American woman to work down there. I made $12,000 and I currently, fast forward today, make $650,000. I'm Lauren Simmons, I'm 27 years old. I make $650,000 a year and I live in Los Angeles, California. When people ask me what do, I generally give a generic response. I work in finance, but actually I'm an author, I'm a producer, I'm a host of a Spotify podcast as well as a TV series, and I am an investor and I sit on a few boards of different financial companies. She has always been very strict when it comes to budgeting and saving, putting me on her credit cards early on so I could build that credit before I turn 18. To this day at 27, I rely a lot on my mom. I hear her voice even if I don't talk to her whenever I make purchases over $100. My firm, everybody that was entry level walking into the door was making $12,000, but other people at other firms, I learned entry level, same qualifications that I had, same job that I had, was making $120,000. And to break down how that happens, the New York Stock Exchange is very much like the NFL. The different firms at the New York Stock Exchange, like the different teams at the NFL, set their own salaries, rules, HR policies, etc., etc. So this $23 is very cheesy, but I move it with me everywhere. This is the last $23 from the check that I received at the New York Stock Exchange, and I keep it with me to just essentially keep my money growing, but also to be a reminder of where I started and where I'm at now. 150 square feet. I spend $3,850 a month and I pay that all up front, so I'm not stressed about paying my rent on a month-to-month basis. I spend around $100 a month on food. Breakfast makes me nauseous and sleepy, so I usually don't eat until later in the afternoon.
Okay, just hold up a second. There was a lot in this video. It's just as of now. So let's just go again and review it very first time. So start at the beginning. She makes $650K a year. Fantastic. So the reason to it is that she changed the financial situation, right? So she went to genetics, things like that, and then she changed it to be a financial analyst, I guess, on a equity trader. Oh, okay. Good stuff. So she explains that she's doing well. So obviously nothing. I mean, she decided she won't take a job like less than 120 a year. Interesting. So a little bit cheesy there, but it's all right. So if you want to remind her and stuff like that, I like that number. So this is a total that from her endeavors and everything like that. This is great. See, she's a hustler. She's doing the stuff. She's doing everything. So she got her apartment. I think she actually uses it in like as a tax advantage for the hustler and stuff that she does. So that would be smart. Casper, like, I mean, hey, dog is a dog. It's cool. So let's get into the analysis, right? So that's what she does. So wow. So I'm not sure about the rent in that locale there. So this is a little bit subject, a little bit interesting for me. Not sure if she has that money. I would consider to actually buying a property, because yeah, if you can make so much money like in the entrepreneurship and things like that, so this is great, because the half of this rent can go to your equity of the house, and that will, I mean, if she doesn't care about it, I mean, hey, whatever. But that's a like, for me personally, it's a little bit of flag, because it is so much money, you cannot, like, you don't even think about it making money. But still, like, I mean, there is a budget, it's good, so she considers the money and things like that. So, but it's not tight. And I mean, if she's in a position that it doesn't matter for her, I mean, yeah, I mean, but still, for me personally, I don't like when things like are not up to speed or up to the point. So nonetheless, so the rent is high for that. I mean, for that place is, I mean, hey, that place looked good, that place looked gorgeous. So transportation, fair. I mean, Tesla, okay, Tesla charging. So she basically pays for electricity. As well as the insurance. So okay, so I guess they consider it differently. Heat and electricity. And then electricity. So, because this is the more insurance there than electricity, I guess. Because she pays utilities and then she charges her stuff. I mean, unless she got an apartment, then she charges someone, like, that probably most of it is the insurance. So the pet situation there, yeah, discretionary. 182, shopping, entertainment, household. So here's another situation. Here's another example. So guys, on our last video we did about the lady in Georgia, right? So, and she was living there and she was paying like what, $1,000 for that. So it's a little bit of difference there, right there. So she doesn't spend a lot of things on the budget, so for things like that, a lot of it goes to the rent. So, which is, considering where she lives. So the only place that we can like adjust it, probably purchase a house and then just deal with equity and things like that. So principal and interest there. So, but the rest of it is pretty much set. So subscription, guys, House, Hulu, New York Times, things like that. So some of it might be for business, some of it, because New York Times, she might be checking like financial situation, things like that. So overall, hey, nothing to really nothing really to change here. I mean, there's pretty much, it is what it is, really. So yeah, let's continue.
I usually don't eat until later in the afternoon. I would say Casper is probably my most expensive thing. It's like living with a husband, but not. I think we're paying like $90, and I get him groomed about probably twice a month, which is just crazy. And then the food that I make, any salmon that I cook, any shrimp that I cook with no seasoning, I will give him that. And he lives a very luxurious lifestyle, but he is a dear. I got into meditating because I was 19, went through a terrible breakup, and I just needed answers. And someone suggested to me, actually my boyfriend before we broke up, meditating. That's almost now going on 10 years. Having that routine in this crazy world that I have really helps for my mental sanity. It flows into the productivity of my entrepreneurial endeavors. Shout out to my ex for making that happen for me. Thank you. That's braggy if I say I'm good with money. Am I good with money? I think everyone's personal finance journey is just that. If I'm being really truthful, I don't think me making $12,000 and me making $650,000 is that much of a difference, and I'm sure everybody's gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy. I am an aggressive saver like my mom. I save 85% of my income. Have been practicing this since I was on the trading floor making $12,000 a year.
I just gotta interject here, guys. I'm sorry, but hey, this is one of the key aspects there. Just saying. So saving is good thing, and it's not like it's just you saying you hoarder that. You know, it's like I'm not, because she's financially literate. I have no doubt. I think on that one. And she's circling in the Financial Times and investment in stocks. So I'm not sure why it would be good if she would if they would show her not full portfolio, but at least like percentage wise, I would say it would be interesting. Certain percentage of her total income is in stock or whatever. It would be interesting to see just in stocks or whatever, bonds or whatever. It's like not particular, but just gradual, but just saying. So for example, let's say she made that 650K a year, right? So she does this a month situation, right? So she spends X amount of money, so 20% whatever she spends, right? And then 80% she saves. So the rest of it, the 80% of this, 650K, what are you gonna do with them? You gotta do something with them, right? Because it's gonna be, we know inflation, we know all that, we know everything just goes and burns if it doesn't make you additional money there. So all considering, I think she does pretty good investments there. So just saying. But yeah, let's continue.
Yes, I get accessibility to do more things, but I think my mental mindset, my money mindset, it's exactly the same. I do believe a digital currency will be permanent and it'll stay within our infrastructure, but for right now, it is highly speculative. But once it becomes centralized, and I don't think any of the cryptocurrencies that are currently out today will be the ones, I think it'll be a new one entirely. Yes, of course, I will put my money into that new digital currency.
Just want to say that called it. She does an investment. Awesome. Continue.
My investing strategy, again, make sure that you do your due diligence and you really understand what you're investing in. I learned early on from the men on the floor that 95% of the men on the floor don't invest in the stock market. And I didn't start investing until the crash of March 2020. That was the first time, and I don't regret it.
Oh, she made so much money. Oh, that's ridiculous. She's made so much money. This is great. Go, girl. This is great. Awesome.
It is awkward to say I'm on track to become a millionaire. As much as I embrace talking about salaries and being open, I do think there is this nuance, especially with women. We don't get the same kudos as our male counterparts. It means everything to me personally because I'm the first person in my family to graduate with a college degree. Something about this small town girl just making moves in life is rewarding, but also just, my family and I, we've come a long way, and I'm super grateful. And also for everyone that is concerned from that CNBC Make It video from years ago, me making $12,000, as you can see, I'm just fine, so you guys don't have to stress. I really am that same bubbly girl that you all met years ago. Even if you are making 100,000, 200,000, a million, you don't have to go crazy with your lifestyle. You can be normal and, you know, experience life, but also save and really budget for the future. I'm excited to watch this video in 5 to 10 years from now and to see where I'm at.
Just saying, girl. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say right from the get-go, kudos to you. Unbelievable. You know what? And it's not like, hey, boasting or anything. Kudos. This is great. I'm not sure, like, if you feel that way, I'm sorry that, you know, that it's like not male counterpart, but hey, yo, this is great. Come on, girl, like, look at this. You saving a lot. I mean, you know, the dogo is dogo, you know, like, you can't argue with the dogo. But yo, look at this. All the necessities. It's not like crazy. All the necessities, like, you know, it's not out of whack or anything like that. You know, entertainment, you know, we all want some a little bit. You know, health insurance, food, discretionary, yeah, I can see that. You know, pet, all right. Well, we just not consider that. But transportation, you know, it's more or less insurance. You might have put it like insurance and transportation, or like insurance and transportation. I think that would be it, because you literally, I'm not sure if you pay for fast charging or anything like that. I'm not sure, but I don't think so. But hey, you know, it's a thing. But rent, like I said, a little, like, you can purchase a house and their price might be modifiable a little bit more divided. But kudos to you, making great moves. Awesome, fantastic. Just keep going, keep doing what you're doing. Awesome, unbelievable. And then for everybody that's watching her in this video here, thank you guys for watching, man. This is unbelievable. I learned a lot. So I love that she hustles and she entrepreneurial, have her entrepreneurial mindset. So let's go ahead and do a key takeaways. So we guys watched just now a Millennial Money with a lady who lives in Los Angeles and making $650,000 a year. So key takeaways: she's entrepreneurial, she lives on a budget, aka saves 20%, the rest the other way, saves 80% and lives on the 20%. And she continues to grow and she continues to live the lifestyle, really, that, I mean, she's comfortable, but she's in the same boat. She's not going crazy, she's not going fancy, she's not doing that. So, and yeah, this is one of the biggest key takeaways for me personally from that video and for you guys. So that you observe now that she did and she continues to do that. So kudos to her. Like and subscribe if there is a video of her channel. So I'm not sure if there it is, but I subscribe for my channel. So for more videos like that and analysis of the things that can be considered good for your financial situation in your life. So thank you guys for watching. Kudos for watching and see you guys later. Bye bye, y'all.